All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Mike a little bit. It's been a little bit. And welcome back to Ultimate Dreadnoughts and Season 3 of Shipyard Champions. Final scores for Season 2 are as follows. Panzergraf and Brosley both tied with 46 at first. Yulari in second with 45.5 is almost a three-way tie for first. That would have been interesting. Third place for us, 44. Again, pretty close to third place, a four-way tie actually with first. Fourth place, Brooklyn, 43.5. Voice T in fifth with 40. Lost Galaxy in sixth with 37.5. Butter Monroe with 34.5 down in seventh. And eighth is Stealth with 28 points. So, another little bit of housekeeping. Voice Team Requin, fortunately, will not be joining us for this season. They've had, well, Moist T's just had a son get born, so he's understandably a little bit busy. So this season will be Bruce Brother Monroe, Lost Galaxy, Panzergraf, me, Stealth, and Yulari, unless somebody else decides to join us along the way, or Requin or Moist T manage to get the time to come back again. Either or, so we'll see how it goes. Now, challenge number 1, the first of Season 3. This challenge is based on an ahistorical timeline, so alternate timeline, where airplanes are never invented, which fits this game wonderfully. And instead of donuts being in charge, we're in charge of the Kriegsmarine. I paid the Kriegsmarine in this case. I'm assuming it's on the 1.4 beta, considering it is this stuff, so I'm going to move over to custom battle now, because we do some stuff to challenge. You'll take command of a German, with the Germany first. Task group consisting of the Kriegsmarine's Pride of Fleet battleship / battlecruiser, heavy cruiser, a few light cruisers, and it has escorted by a handful of destroyers. You'll be facing off against the Great Royal Navy with 2 King George V class battleships, 1 Hood class battlecruiser, 3 County class heavy cruisers, 2 Monitor class light cruisers, escorted by 7 D class destroyers. Your only objective is to sink as many of the Royal Fleet's capital ships as possible, with a secondary yet optional objective of surviving. Good luck. So, Germany versus Britain in the year 1930. There we go, 1930. Torpedo boats do not exist in this time. Always. So, we have 1 battleship, yes. And we'll go with battleship. 1 heavy cruiser, yes. 3 light cruisers, 4 destroyers, versus 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser, 3 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 7 destroyers. So we actually have an advantage in light cruisers, and that's the only advantage where we have any advantage at all. Range at start is 32 kilometers. Weather is cloudy. Morning time of day. Shared designs always. Unlock is off. So only German ships. Although there have been some new German hulls, apparently. Scoring is plus 3 points for every battleship, battlecruiser sunk on the British side, plus 2 points every heavy cruiser, plus 1 point for every light cruiser, plus 1 point for sinking all British destroyers. You also gain 3 points if our battleship survives, 2 points if our heavy cruiser survives, 1 point if German light cruisers survives. I'm assuming some of them. Oh no, I assume it's all. And 1 point if all German destroyers survive. And if it turns out the computer can't handle a scenario, destroyers get axed. So we'll see how it handles, and if we have to, we will axe the destroyers from the equation. So this is the 1.4 beta, so it could be very interesting. So, battleship. There was no tonnage required. However, these are designed pretty darn close to what the actual designs. First off, standard quarters, veterans. Yeah, yeah, we'll go with the modern stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if most of the Admirals do go with the modern stuff. Which was the main choice will be between what should I call it? The what guns are chosen, because guns are a big factor here. 32 knots. We're actually at our hull speed already by default. That's good. But we will leave range alone just because we don't want to run out of range. There we go. Let's go to oil 2 and gear 2 turbines, and that's actually not enough to get a good engine efficiency. Ah, that's surprising. Normally that would be good. Obviously, aux engines and shafts for better maneuverability. Crop 5. Anti-torp is a definite yes. Triple bottom hull. All or nothing or turtleback. Engine chance and detonation. Flash fire spreading. It is a lower ammo detonation chance, but it is less resistance. And again, this is a high resistance hull. German ships tend to have high resistance hulls. Also doesn't increase armor length, but it doesn't also increase armor strength as much. So, all or nothing. So we'll just set it down to 32 proper. That will improve our efficiency slightly. Ever so slightly. 2 anti-flood is a yes, with reinforced 2 bulkheads. I did not mean to delete that tower. I meant to rotate the camera. Alright. Main guns is where the major question comes in of what caliber are we using. We do have Mark III 15s. We 16s at. They're at Mark IIIs as well. Technically, we could go with crazy 20-inch guns. They're Mark I's, though. Mark IIs. I'm thinking a slightly upgunned Bismarck-isk. I mean, other than displacement. Displacement is massively over. Did you want a medium superimpose, I believe? I believe the 16 fit on there. Yes, it will. Halfway offset is high. We're gonna drag that everything forward. Not quite that far forward. There we go. Drag that forward. Will be an annoying gap, and we'll just call it a passageway through the ship for the crew. There we go. A little bit 4 off weight, but that's fine. We're actually might be able to draw. Never mind. Maybe. No, that's causing errors. There we go. I'm attempting to shorten the citadel to save weight right now. Barbets is a yes. Rangefinder. See, if there was more of our ships, I would go with stereoscopic. Let's go coincidence. Into radar. Advance. We will skimp on that. Do some of these quad 5-inch mounts. Ship's 75 tons overweight. And it's a relatively good arc of fire on those. Where do we save 75 tons? Well, we still have to adjust everything else, so we'll just get to adjusting then and see where we're at. Cat ballistic. Nose brace fuse. Let's go nose fuse. TNT 4. That's sparse underweight. Cordite or 2 powder? Gun range. 2 powder's accuracy, isn't it? Yes, it is. We want accuracy. Even at the cost of a little bit of reload. Reload is auto 1. That's brought us back overweight. Standard? It's over 1 round a minute. That's pretty good. Casement. Nope. That. It could also just drop as a gun from each turret. That would also improve accuracy by a fair margin. Now, there was supposed to be a thing that allows you to see how your guns will perform versus selected armor type. Try to save a little bit more weight. Drag these gun turrets back. Yeah, we might have saved a couple of tons, but not a whole lot of tons. Slightly 4 offset, still have a massive pitch. Isn't great. I dropped a couple thousand tons. Increase her beam slightly. I don't know, we're still 2,000 tons overweight. We're actually closer to being on target. What if I start reducing her draft? Oh no, it gets progressively worse again. Yeah, no, it gets progressively worse and worse and worse. Alright, so we're gonna have to shave a little bit of armor off somewhere, considering I don't want to lose any secondary guns. Considering with more destroyers in the mix than what we have, we do need secondary guns. So I am going to shave a tiny bit of armor off. Off of where is a good question. Let's shave a tiny bit off the turret sides. This will shave a tiny bit off the main belt. Main deck gets a little bit shaved off. On tower as well. That does make not really a massive difference. It's 400 tons, which is not enough. What are these? These are 120 tons each. All right. I want those guns. Let's go to the 9-inch belt. Three-inch inner. 1-inch second inner. Isn't the best, but I don't want to take too much more off. 4-weight, we can actually fix that a little bit by reducing our 4 belt slightly. We're gonna drop the aft belt to get it kind of close. There we go. A lot less armor than normal, because I know, and this is the 1.4 beta, I know they did make some changes to how armor was calculated, its weight and all that. Armor weight is a lot less than it used to be. That's the battleship built. Build our heavy cruiser. Base armor cruiser. Right, that's 85. It's basically stability or resistance. You know, which one do you want? Oh, this is basically the Deutschlands. Yeah, this is basically just a Deutschland. All right. I see Deutschland. I go with Deutschland. Any Mark 5s? Actually, that's a good question. Are there any Mark 5s around? Mark 5 10-inch gun. So not quite the Deutschlands. So the Deutschlands are 11s. I assume my fictional Donut's counterpart won't be rolling his grave too badly. Considering this will allow us to get a 9-gun 10-inch broadside, which would be good. Now, are you already at hull speed? What's your hull speed? 29.5 knots. 31. All right, so you're at your hull speed already. Center quarters, veterans. 5. Let's give you turtle back. Auto reloading. Coincidence rangefinder. Gen 2 radar. Capitalistic 2. Capitalistic. No nose fuse. Standard. We want anti-torp. Bottom hull, anti-flood, reinforced bulkheads, corvettes, go gear 2 to save weights, oil 2, efficiency's going through the roof. Forward offset is also improving, quite good. Let's go advanced radio. We will also give these guys hydro. The paratorpedo launches there. What's your default range? 18 inches, 22 inch, 15 kilometers. Yeah, we'll just leave it at 15 kilometers. That should be fine. Give you a little bit of a sting of a tail in case you need it. Fairly uniform 4-inch secondary battery. There we go. That's actually not too bad, in my opinion. It looks lies. Also a very efficient use of space, despite the fact that it is kind of clipping through the superstructure there. But I won't question the magic. The magic German secondary battery 4-inch guns. Nope, not going to question them. That one worked to my advantage. Also, ammo. TNT-4, obviously. 2 powder. Yeah, 2 powder, just for accuracy. Considering we are outnumbered slightly, so we want as accurate guns as possible. And then we got 93,000 ton, not 93, so about 1,000 tons left. I think armor. Five-inch main belts. Increase the inner belt. The inner belt as well there. Even an actual good or better armor belt. Main deck needs to go up for sure, considering this is going to start long range. Deck protection needs to increase. Increase the aft deck armor before. I need to get the main deck over the aft deck, obviously. This is just a whole bunch of armor. There we go. We've hit our limit. There we go. Nearly as heavily armored as the battleship was. But it's actually balanced much better. It's a much better balanced design than the battleship. And this should, considering we're going up against counties, this should put up a good fight. It should intrinsically be more accurate. Nah, the counties should have more accurate guns, considering their 2 gun turrets. 2 gun turrets are generally more accurate than 1 gun turrets. But we do have a range advantage, and B, there is also the advantage of gun calibers. So 15 kilometers, it is 4% versus 7.2. So we do have a bit of an accuracy bonus overall, but rate of fire, especially once they get closer in, will be to the county's favor. Alright, light cruiser. That's our not Deutschland. Modern light cruiser run. Yes. There we go. A thick funnel. That doesn't fit on that. There it goes. Center quarters. Veterans, gear 2. Oil 2. There's efficiency up. Excellent. Boilers. Triple. We'll give this armored citadel. Now, main guns. 7-inch main gun. Let's go 2-barrel, 7-inch main guns. There we go. Do a little bit of a Japanese style light cruiser. / heavy cruiser. With like the Amis? It's not quite an Otago class, considering the Otagos were lower barbette lower. With their 3-2 guns. But it's got a kind of effective firepower. And as long as it's not directly off the bow, it can get all 3 of these guns firing. Barbette 4, obviously. Obviously, also coincidence. Radar. Advanced. Auto 1 reloading. So that is 6 rounds a minute. Not too bad. ET4. 2-powder 2. Just to buff accuracy. I'm trying to bring up the 11 kilometers. That's not the best. $12 kilometers, yeah, that's acceptable. Acceptable. Hydro 2, Cap Ballistic 2. Incendiary is fine. No anti-torp available. That's actually a good point. Give them a set of triple torpedoes. 22-inch. Hmm. 91%. Should be able to fit another triple 3-inch gun up here. That does affect that gun's angle of fire. Alright, we'll delete that then. Some guns have 4 sectors of fire. Why do I not believe that? Why do I not believe that? Yeah, no guns have 4 sectors of fire. What do you want about? Unless you're talking about this particular gun. In which case it's relatively fine. That's not too bad. Also, sonar, obviously, to help detect torpedoes. Aux max and shaft. And then we got 250 tons. Let's see if we can give it a little bit more armor. Increase the inner belt to 1 inch. There we go. 3-inch belt. Can we get a 1-inch main deck? We can get a 1-inch main deck. And then that's overweight. That's technically overweight. Alright. That was a much quicker build. Much quicker build. But again, we still took 30 minutes to get to this point, roughly. The Hagen, the Prince Albert, the Strasbourg class, which we'll have 3 of. Which should do relatively good. 7-inch. Really should do relatively good. It's almost 7 rounds. It's almost 6 rounds a minute. 1 every 10 seconds, basically. It's pretty good. Still have no idea where this special what's this under settings? Hold on. Settings general? No. Okay, so you have to manually set it? Alright, so what's the armor quality at? Generally about 140, something like that. Okay. Alright, that's actually good to know. Just pop back to the battleship real quick. With that very hidden away setting, would have been better if that was somewhere more visible. That would have been far, far better. That was somewhere more visible. Almost, did it reset or is it still... No, it's still about 148. Okay. Is basically the exact amount we have. Not too bad. 9, 11, 12, 14, 13 and a half. Which is at maximum range protection. That's not the best, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with that hull. Ah, well. I already built her. Yeah, let's go with Destroyer Leader. Go. And we won't be able to squeeze a torpedo tube in there. That's a terrible angle of fire, but we could. There we go. Let's get a torpedo launcher in there. Main guns, 5-inch duels. Yeah, 5-inch duels. Alright, we're gonna drag you back. We're gonna drag this back a bit. Barbettes, dual barbette for small guns. Yeah, we are massively forward offset. Insanely forward offset. But I'm actually going to bring the tower down here. Drag a can, actually. Get that up there. In which case we can then stick a barbette there. Yes, we can. All right. Try and get some of that weight back. This is very much nose heavy by an insane amount. Cap ballistic 2. Yeah, incendiary is still fine. Standard ammo. TNT, 2 powder, auto, and electrical 2 with 22-inch. Weight offset. Center quarters, veterans. At speed already. Let's move you to oil. Save weight. Anti-flood. Go to air turbines. Save weight. There we go. We're nearly at weight. Fortunately, I can't really bring it much more back. I could. Oh, it doesn't go up there. All right. Hoping to sneak that up there to go and be able to put the torpedo here and hopefully drag the engine farther backwards along the hull. Since, yeah, great. Obviously, sonar 3. And we'll give it RDF. And then we got 25 tons. There we go. Improve that slightly. Main deck a little bit more. Not main belts. That's actually basically all we can do. Try and balance the weight. There we go. Put a little bit more aft belt armor. She's still nose heavy. She's still pitch and roll heavy, but this should hopefully be able to outfight any British destroyer. Hopefully. I could have gone for triples, but I think the rate of fire advantage from the dual guns and also slight accuracy bonus is more important at this time. Let's just double check to make sure everything is good. Yes, yes, veterans. Yep, that's good. Make sure I didn't accidentally set the crew to, cadets or something like that. Yeah, that's good. Strasbourg's actually pretty darn good. Their little bit roll is a little bit high, but they are overall fairly balanced. 8,500 tons. And then the Super Deutschlands and the Prince Alberts. Veterans. They are actually basically the best balanced weight fore and aft. They do have some pitch and roll to them, although that has gotten insanely hard to actually remove. And they do have good solid torpedo sting as well. They're basically a destroyer on each side for torpedoes. And then the this one, which, I mean, roll is pretty darn good. Pitch is not great, though. And she is, for her weight, she is not the best armed. But I've already made her, so we're going to go over her. She's also not the best engine efficiency. She's slightly under engine efficiency, and she doesn't have... She's a little bit nose heavy, but that's fine. Alright, well, let's see what the British have got. Don't build. You should be... Don't be building. You should be going directly off of shared designs. told you to use shared designs. But I say, if we suddenly get hit by 20-inch rounds or whatever, if we know that it's not King George V, that'd be a dead giveaway. Building a battle cruiser now. I have the feeling it ignored my shared designs only and went with building a ship. And these might have been built in not 1.4. That's something I didn't check with before I started this recording, so hopefully it turns out that it's just taking a while to make sure the designs are legit and it's not just building a brand new battlecruiser. Although I will find out once it loads in. That's not looking too good. That's not looking great. That's looking like it built a design. No, that's not a King George V. There we go. That's looking more like a King George V silhouette. That's definitely Hood's silhouette, or at least it looks awful like Hood's. Alright, first step, get the Hagening going kind of this way. But Prince Albert joined the Hagen's division. The light cruiser's screen is fine. Screen and screen, that's... How would you not just put them in a single division? Alright. Let's double check on looking. Yep, 14-inch gun. Yep. Although it doesn't look exactly like the British King George V turret design, that's a King George V. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And that should be Hood. Except she'd vanish from sight. Oh yeah, smoke. This, I'm assuming, yeah, this is meant to be monitor. This is a county. Yeah, that's a county. That's a county, alright. Although not perfectly county, considering there is the whole fact of not exactly same turrets designs. And we're beginning the engagement already. Excellent. Let's up the speed. We're engaging one of the counties off the hop, just because it's the ones we can see. All the rest are smoked up. Though we did almost hit that county. Oh, hold on, that's a good hit. That's a very good hit. Engine 1 damaged. Oh, the Deutschland, Prince Albert's opening up now. Flight unknown, aka the rest of the fleets. Hits main belt partial pen. That's another hit on the county. Actually, no, it's a destroyer. Oh, that poor destroyer. absolutely poor destroyer. Let's go down the cruising speed, just to improve our accuracy. Are all three of your guns firing? No, rear turret is... The rear turret is engaging. Excellent. Hit main gun, partial pen. That's the county. Excellent. Ricochet is less excellent. Penetrations, though, I will take. Alright, the light cruisers are beginning their engagement and are immediately running away instead of screening. Ooh, conning tower hits is not great. CA sinks due to heavy fire. Excellent. First blood to the British. The British are Germans. We're the Germans. We're not the British, we're the Germans. Partial pen from one of the King Georges. The heavy cruiser is taking... I mean, she's blocking shots. She's also on the receiving end of one of the King George's fire. Yes, do engage that. Oop, that's an unfortunate hit in the Strasbourg. We'll continue to sweep around a little bit just to angle away a little bit. Are you engaging the light cruiser? Yes, you are. Why wouldn't you engage the battleship? Or the battle cruiser, actually. Nope, that's the wrong ship. Engage Hood. Was that a flash fire? Okay, that's a flash fire on the Albert's 4-inch guns. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Defenders let her that get destroyed. Excellent. We have... That's a good hit on the battlecruiser. Excellent hit. Destroyed main gun. She knocked out 2 of Hood's turrets already. And Hood is the more dangerous of the battleships here in terms of firepower. And that's torpedo detonation. Yeah, Hood is... she's blowing up again. Just not detonating massively. I like how one ship's just over there, smoked up by herself. Penetration fire flooding. Yeah, Hood's not having a good day. Hood is having a very, very bad day. Hood's having such a bad day. She hasn't exploded. Yeah, she's out of the fight. So just put Hood down out of her misery. Yeah, Hood's gone. Albert's actually almost fallen back to respectable distance. Light cruisers are actually doing relatively okay. I mean, they're not actually engaging because they've all decided that to screen they should be on the opposite side. You know, the perfect position to screen from. The complete opposite side of the formation. Same with the destroyers, actually. Engage London. Rudder damaged. But so you don't have many odds of actually damaging London, Prince Albert. Damage main gun, penetration hits. Penetration flooding, that's actually not great. Onto your avoid destroyers. Get you guys to move out slightly. Although London is not doing too well. London is burning down. Yeah, London is having a bad day. Strasbourg is sunk. Alright, so I don't think I'll get the point for that. Launch your torpedoes when you're ready, gentlemen. With your suicide charge, which I didn't even realize you were going on. London sunk due to heavy flooding. You got your torpedoes away. We're gonna lose V1 as it just clips through. Although we are about to grab King George V. I know King George is just being damaged badly. Green, please and thank you. There we go. Oh, they're torpedoing the sinking destroyer. All right. Yeah, you do that. King George V sinks due to excessive fire. All right. Now they just slowly murder the airships, which all did not engage. Drop your speed down to 30 knots. You guys got down to 28. That's all the British capital ships sunk. Now it's just heavy cruisers, light cruisers. Oh, Leviathan sinks due to structural damage. One less heavy cruiser. I think there's only one British heavy cruiser left. I think it's just Gibraltar. Which is not engaging. Oh no, she's engaging the destroyers. Alright then. Oh, that destroyer is about to be, yeah, badly mauled. So badly mauled. Not even funny. Gold Flinch has sunk. Ah yes, screening. What is that? 7 kilometers behind the battleship. Yeah, that's a great screen you're doing. Wonderful screen. Wonderful screen there, light cruiser. Oh, I didn't even see those torpedoes. Prince Albert's fallen behind. She's actually out of ammo. They've actually exhausted her ammo supply. I mean, it didn't help that she did suffer a flash fire of her 4-inch guns. So that did not help the situation at all. There we go, just engaging them. Who's shooting torpedoes? Here comes Karlsruhe, finally getting involved. This cat's gonna murder them. Hagen, come about so that you can actually continue the engagement as this just heavy cruiser dies. Like how the enemy light cruisers have just kind of fled the field. V3 is sunk. That was not unexpected. Yeah, they've just ran away and not engaged. aren't going to get all the bonus points due to losing our destroyers, which is a shame, as well as one of the light cruisers. But Leipzig is still alive, although she did lose one of her main guns. So it used to be the 20 knots, that way Prince Albert can kind of catch up, even though she has no ammunition. And then maneuver to bring the light cruisers under fire. And then there's maybe a destroyer left? Maybe? Yeah, there's at least one destroyer. Yeah, just over here. Okay, one of them is just ran that way. And then Virgia, which is also running away. I don't know why they decided to run away, but it's running away. Alright then. You do you. There we go. Are you running out of HE? Yeah, you're actually running out of HE. There we go. Bring all Karlsruhe's guns into action against the monitor, which is not engaging us for some reason. Oh no, she's engaging. You just decided to wait a little bit. Hydration flooding. More fires. Burn. Go, overpen fire, flooding, sharpening gun, fire, excellent. Monitor sinks due to heavy flooding. Now it's just Diana. Which is Hagen's engaging. No, I just wanted... Alright. Prince Albert is detached, and Leipzig is detached. Go to ahead. Type formation, just that the Leipzig can protect the Prince Albert a little bit. In turning that direction, speed up. That way we can hopefully... Oh, she smoked. Alright. 15 kilometers, so yeah, you are out of range, but just barely out of range. You can also increase your speed to max. And with you guys, you increase your division maximum speed. Hagen can also increase her speed to maximum. And just begin to engage. As you please there, Hagen. Now we have a couple destroyers to sink. There we go. Excellent. This old Diana is burning. Partial pen fire. Get the destroyers also come about slightly. Just to close. Meanwhile, the Hagening can just fire from here. And have good relative good odds of hitting. Although you are almost... Oh, did you go back down to ladder aiming? Yeah, you went back down to ladder aiming. That's a shame. There goes Karlsruhe has started the engagement. Oh, she's no longer... No, she's still ladder aiming. That's only one or... Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, Diana, you're not long for this world. Another partial pen fire. You can smoke all you want. We do have radar. But now we're down to armor piercing. The destroyers are even firing now. I mean, they're missing. They are engaging. There's an overpen fire. Oh. Dodge for Karlsruhe. Just because there is a torpedo in the water. Or torpedoes. Here, Kwama. Kwama? There's multiple torpedoes in the water. So your Afghans appear to not want to engage, which is odd. Alright, Diana is sunk due to structural damage. Really southwest? I mean, that's where we're getting a radar contact. So, around that way we go. And time. South. That's what it was. Alright, let's see if we can't murderize. There's the two destroyers. Let's see if we cannot just murder them. Oh, that's why they're so slow. Wolfhound's only got one engine. Oh, yes. Yeah. Radar technology. Lost sight. Oh, well. We'll find them again shortly, and then we'll be able to engage again shortly. Yeah, Hagen did pretty well. Same actually with the Prince Albert. Although she did suffer at least one, maybe two flash fires. So, surprised she survived two flash fires, realistically. Thanks to the structural damage. Oh, that wasn't even Wolfhound. That was the one behind Wolfhound. That was a whoops. Alright, range of 24 kilometers. And Wolfhound's dead. Just SWAT the destroyer trying to flee. Alright. So we lost two of the destroyers in Strasbourg. So we didn't lose Prince Albert or Hagen, and we sunk everything. So that gives us a score looking so far of that is doing math now. 9 for every capital ship. That's 18. 20. 21 points. 21 from just that. 24. 26-ish points? I think 26 points, considering we did lose one of the light cruisers and we did lose 2 destroyers. We don't get all destroyers survive. That's 2 points down. And we did lose one of the light cruisers, so that's, I'm assuming, a point off. So 26. Just pretty good. I was expecting to actually lose more, considering the disparity in ships, but luckily for us, enemy's destroyers decided to hide behind their battleships as well. Same with the light cruisers, so if both sides had actually screened in front of them, in front of the battleships, like, you know, screen should do, then they would have destroyed up 7. It would have been a 7 versus 4, or rather a 9 versus 7 fight. And if the destroyer, it would have really depended how everything else went, because it could have basically all the cruisers on our side versus all the cruisers on their side. It is heavily weighed against us. However, they all stayed out of gun range, so it was basically just, oh yeah, just pick off the heavy cruisers, kind of, and then the battle cruisers and the battleships, and go from there. But there we go. Not too shabby for part 1, or episode 1 of the season 3. I'm just to see what the other animals go with, although I do feel like I did build an inefficient design for the battleship, considering the pure amount of heat that was kind of not efficient. It's just due to the fact that that particular hull starts with a lot amount of just hull weight. So it could have been better, I think. But that's in the past. That's past me. Although it did work out, considering it didn't, you know, explode like hood. That's the thing too. Like, we could have been in a lot more trouble if all the capital ships, like the battle cruiser and the 2 battleships, had all focused down on us at that range, because volume of fire would have done that, and 15-inch guns probably would have gone through our armor relatively reliably. So, thank you all for coming out. Hope you have a good rest of your day, weekend, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Take care, and hope to see you all next time. Have a good one, everyone.